eyebrow. Good evening on this increasingly dark, hot, sticky, uncomfortable early summer, early June. This is Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing, where you like, subscribe, and share for a one-of-a-kind, probability-based trading alert and the Rux eyebrow. Go Crypto Investing, and a quick morning update here. If you look at old Bitcoin, I got a busy day, so this is going to be, there's not going to be many updates until I get out of work at 3 or 4 Central. You can see we did come back down to the 50-day moving average after we broke that. Now we're starting to weasel our way back up. It's a little concerning with the volume, depressed, right? What's going on here? So what you need to have happen is get some volume to pick up, right? And then we can continue the uptrend. But what I would be watching out for is if you have a pullback with our drawing tool here, what happens when you come back and if you back test the 45,000, right? And then you see the 200-day moving average right there. So we'll keep an eye out on this to see if this is just back testing this, right? If we just pull that out farther, we'll see if that just doesn't come up and back test this, and then the old resistance forces it down, or if we can get a big volume candle and then we can continue up. We're going to keep an eye on that for you at Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing, right? Because we have an upper target that's about as high as I think you could get, and that's where you can see we've progressed on 6.69% chance of upper target on 213. So you can see we've been following this for almost 2 months now, a month and a half. Then a 26.69% upgrade on 316, Austin 316, and then a 36.69% chance. We updated another 10% on 325, right? And our first call, the 6.69% chance of happening was when the price was down there. We've seen the symmetrical triangle, right? Everybody can see it. It's not hard to figure out. You see this after the falling channel that we were in with our industry exclusive purchasing tool, falling channel, lower support, upper resistance, support, 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 resistance, 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 breakout, right? And then when you broke out of that, right, your technical target is the top of the wedge, which is up in here, right? And then you traded out of there sideways, and then you formed this symmetrical triangle where you had resistance, 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 breakout, right? And then you had support, support, back tested where this red arrow is on this old upper resistance. You broke out, and then you wicked down and back tested it and held, and that was a buy signal. Then you pumped all the way up, and you came back on the orange ring and the uptrending lower support, and then we put the buy signal out right here, and you can see now we've had a conveyor belt pump and then a big volume candlestick right here to try to eke out. But it seems like we're starting to maybe top out, as I think we're going to eventually come down and retest some lower support, but right now we're still bullish, and we're going to see if we can't finish out that move and clean up the last, well, that's still a lot. It's $5,000. The last $5,200. As long as you're above in the 3 or the 4 hour time frame or the daily above that 200-day moving average, you can remain bullish, right? As soon as you slip below that 200-day, you're going to get bearish really quick. So that's what we're going to watch out for. Bitcoin, XRP, you can see another phenomenal call by Vincenzo. Old Vincenzo, look at that. Remember this symmetrical triangle? We're going to zoom on out. See that? We need to zoom out a little bit farther into the daily time frame. You can see we have this resistance, 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 support, 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 support. And that's when we put this blue arrow here when we're at 70 cents and uptrending. We had an upper resistance of, it was originally at about 98, 99 cents, but it's a descending line, and that's a symmetrical triangle. And look exactly where you hit. Almost, you hit it right on it. Look at that. This is how good our technical analysis is. These lines haven't changed. They sit here until the pattern breaks, and then we fade them out into the background. You see that? It hit it beautifully, came back down to the 200. It's trying to hold the 200 as support to gather some momentum to break out of this symmetrical triangle, right? If you slip below the 200-day, you're going to come back to the bottom of it, right? You still got a few days left to play this pattern, right? Actually in the May. And then your upper resistance is $1.16. You haven't broken out of the symmetrical triangle yet. You're trying to, but you initially got rejected. If we zoom in from the That's why we always start from a far out time frame. But you see that, how you initially got rejected harshly, came down to the 100-day moving average, got supported, and now you're sitting on the 50 trying to make another run at that upper resistance to maybe this time break it. But we're still in this symmetrical triangle. It hasn't broken out yet. You can see it hit the upper resistance beautifully, but it's another great call by Vincenzo as we put a trading alert, and a buy alert, not even a trading alert, a buy alert down here, and said we had a run to upper resistance, which was 25%, and at current price, at the peak, we hit 24.5%, and you're up 21% currently. Like, subscribe, and share. Peace and love. Till the next phenomenal update.